When I was in, what's that?
I think
when I
is
was
recording.
back in my hometown, yeah, I did use Hokkien to communicate with my childhood friends, but it was quite some time ago. So I want to see whether I still remember some of the basic terms, and of course, Teochew actually is totally quite zero for me.
Okay. So you'll be a good person to kind of identify similarity and differences. Okay. And we have Joey and Guan Hua. Is it Guan Hua? Yeah. Okay. So how Joel? Is Joel correct now, or Joel, or how do you like to be addressed?
Joel is fine.
Joel is fine. How Joel, how do you want to do this? Should we like start speaking in our language?
Right. I don't. Yeah. Hi, all you all look new. Maybe Mike looks a bit familiar. I'm not sure. Maybe he looks someone from the Hokkien class. I'm not very sure. But nonetheless, none of you all look familiar. So I am the Hokkien tutor. So once a month class as well. Yeah, just some introduction about myself. My mom's Teochew. Always uses Teochew with my mom. I can understand about 60% before I have to ask my aunt. Sorry, some very, very technical terms. But by and large, I can get by. Proudly, I'm the only grandkid that can actually participate in the conversation because none of my other cousins actually can.
Wow.
Which is very nice.
You can start
again, not
gossiping about them. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know how to start, but from what I know, you would realize from the get-go that they are very, very similar, but you have words that are very different. The words that are different would be like the word to see. The toy would be Teochew, le kwa would be the Hokkien.
Okay.
Some very similar. It's virtually identical. Other ones that are similar and different would be like bang yo. I will never use that.
Yeah, bang yo, correct.
But I always say xiao xiang.
Xiao xiang. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
One last one before I go into the similar words. Would be like what gong Hokkien way would be what da Teochew way.
Yeah.
Something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that is.
How do you say us, like nang? Because Teochew is nang zo bu zu ke, nang zo mi kia, nang zo bu zo mi kia. Hokkien would be.
Yeah, Hokkien will always have two words. So I always frequently ask my mom, why do you only say one word? I will always say kun nang. Sometimes you hear one nang. It's always two words. It's never one word. One word is just strange to me.
Okay.
Like how would you say, what do you all want to eat?
Ning ai jia mi gai.
Yeah, I would never say ning. I would never say the equivalent of nin. I will always say nin nang ai jia si mi. Ning by itself doesn't exist for me. And I always ask my mom, sometimes she'll say ning referring to her sister and my grandmother, what do you all want to eat? And sometimes you say ning nang ai jia si mi. Again, I don't think you'll be confused, but
yeah. And you say ai jia si mi, right? But we say ning ai jia mi gai. Yeah. So a bit different also.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
So like, what's the word for you all? For 他们 is it? 他们
Inang.
They all.
Inang.
Yeah, but Inang. Will you ever say Ingai Jasing? In with just one word? I've never ever caught my mom doing that. Again, not really caught as in bad. But
so interesting. I think in plural it becomes the nang, inang, because them, right? We would say inang ai jia si mi gai. But if it's just one person, I would say I ai jia si mi gai. Yeah.
But you see, this logic doesn't exist for you all. You see, when I ask you, you all want to eat what? You say ning ai jia mi gai. Which,
yes,
again,
correct.
you're only using one word.
Correct.
I will always use two. Then again, that's just me. But I have never heard any Hokkien speaker who just uses one.
Okay.
One word to represent plural.
Right, right.
Okay. That's one.
Yeah. I think the other very different word I recall is bolster. What do you call bolster in Hokkien?
No idea, man. Sorry,
Anybody?
I have no idea.
Like Teochew, we call it kapuang, but I heard that bolster is called po jim. Is it po jim? Yeah, like quite different.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So, I suppose.
Yeah, 抱枕.
And one other thing, if I ask you, what's the word for table?
Table, 层定.
What's the word for bed?
名称.
You would use, actually, if you just use the word, the first word, 称 or 清, I think you would get away with it. But I would never use the same word. It's 坐定 for table and 猛层 for bed.
Oh, so different, huh?
Very, very different.
I think Teochew are a bit lazier.
It's not. There's a reason behind that. I have no idea why Hokkien didn't really absorb that, but it's because, don't quote me, that's quite interesting.
Don't quote you,
okay. At the foot of the bed, you will always have you may have like a little thing, I don't know, to put on your shoes or something, and pretty much it's an extension of the bed. So I think for Teochew speakers, they're like, yeah, they seem the same. But no, not for Hokkien. Hokkien, I'll just say totem. Yeah.
Okay. So it has maybe a bit to do with the cultural practice back in the olden days that got carried down.
I think so, yeah. I think so.
Okay, makes sense. Okay.
Excuse me. Another one you will find is Teochew uses a lot more nasals. What they are, you might wonder is what is the word to speak? Okay, what is dry?
Oh yeah, very similar. Ta is speak, dry is ta.
Yeah. Do you hear the difference?
Yeah. Do you hear the difference?
You can definitely. Yeah. But if you were to teach it and you say, what ta did you wear? Sure, okay, everyone can follow. But if they were to say, what ta did you wear? That in my ears doesn't sound right. And the floor is dry. Blah blah blah. Jin ta sure. It's dry. Da 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 jin ta. Sounds a bit strange to me.
Okay. So if I were to say, what got the ta? Ta liu, how does it sound? Does it the ta and ta, does it make sense? Or they just sound like sound words?
As in, I know the difference because
you know the
pay
difference.
attention to it.
Right. Okay.
But in Hokkien, there are fewer. I'm not saying that this feature doesn't exist. It still does.
Okay.
But
so how does it sound
everywhere.
in Hokkien?
No, it's gong mi kia. What gong jie mi kia. And ta is the same as dry.
Okay.
With me any dam. Why is it so wet? 应该是 die. It should have been dry. Yeah.
Okay. A bit clearer in that sense. More interesting. And I find the Teochew tune is very varied in that sense. It always ends either on a lighter tone. But I my Hokkien is the same, right? Yeah. I don't know, the tune, the intonation is a bit different.
Well, it will be.
Yeah.
It's two different varieties. Anyway. One other feature that I don't think I always enjoy listening to my mom, my aunt, and my grandma talk because number one, it's very natural. Number two, I just pepper them with questions. Or the reason why I know all this is because I studied linguistics. And
okay.
I just another one you would hear would be, you will never find a Teochew word ending with a final N. A final IN or EN or ON word. Okay? Give you an example. I give you I'll give it in Hokkien. If you cannot understand, I'll give you in Mandarin, that's fine. So if I were to say, this watch is new. It's So what is that in Teochew?
這個手錶是新嘅.
Yeah, you see? Your sin, my sin name becomes sing I.
Yeah.
Ignore the I don't care for that.
It's ENG, yeah.
Or ing, doesn't matter. Okay, another example. Like just now you say, what do you all want to eat? Nin ai jasimi.
Ning ai jia mi gai.
Yeah, you would not say nin ai jia mi gai. It's always ning ai jia mi gai. It's a very slight change there. And I'll give you one last example would be, let me try and think. Just looking at my table and see what else I can pick up. It's okay. I'll think of one later. Another one would be you will never also find final T's in Teochew. For example, hey, where is the toilet? Oh, look at the How would you say that?
Which one? Where's the toilet or the kia titi?
Yeah, for example, I ask you where's the toilet, and the answer is, oh, you walk straight, it's over there. Look at the
look at it. Where's the toilet? Look at it.
Yeah.
So
again,
yeah.
It becomes take.
Take, yes.
That's one change. Yes. So, for example, a very, very common Chinese New Year would be, hey, I've struck lottery. What ah? So what would that be in Teochew?
What your bear pure, but we don't say what.
Yeah. Actually, I think I've heard it before. It's huak, Huak.
Is it?
Yeah, based on what I heard, based on the three people.
Okay.
Last one would be jialat lo ho liao. So what is jialat?
We also say jialat. I mean, Singapore colloquial.
I've heard from my aunt, it's jialat.
Is it? Jialat jialat.
Yeah,
jialat Yeah.
Again, very, very minor differences.
Yes, true.
You can tell a Teochew speaker, like, oh, if he or she has these features, it's pretty Hokkien influenced. Because it's pretty much, you cannot have those in Teochew. It doesn't exist.
True. Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Almost are totally different, like, hey, kin tampo, it'd be meh. So again, that's not a viable comparison there.
Yeah. Okay. Any questions from anyone?
Okay, I will ask how to say have a breakfast.
No idea.
Have a break first, like take a break.
I know
is it?
my version. No, breakfast.
Oh, breakfast. Okay.
Okay.
My version of Hokkien is jiak zha deng.
Jiak zha deng. Okay. Teochew is jiak zha chang. Like 早餐 yeah.
Nope. I have no idea. I don't say it.
Okay.
But sounds a bit like Teochew. Chik teng, no teng, jia gui teng. Yeah. I don't know, because I think I've heard my mom use that. Yeah, ikin sik balo jia chik teng nia. So you only eat like one meal today. I mean, he only eat one meal a day today. Yeah. So when Sean said teng, I was like, but it sounds a bit Teochew, or at least the Teochew that my mom speaks.
Yeah, teng is quite Teochew. I kind of agree with Charmaine. Yeah, we use that a lot as well. Hokkien, I'm not sure. Like Joel, you don't use teng, tik teng now, teng sa teng. Okay, right. What about referencing gender, male, female? Is it the same?
Tapo.
Same. Yeah.
Husband,
wives?
Alawa and Bo, I guess.
Bo. Okay.
So, it could be very, very colloquial.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, ours is angkat bo lah. Yeah. Ang bo. Yeah. Tapo, tabo. Again, the bo and bo, right? It's kind of different. Yeah. Okay. Children quite different. I remember.
You have ginna or kia, depending on what you're referring.
Teochew, we call it no kia. Yeah.
Every time I hear my mom say that, I thought it's like two children. or
Two
5.
children.
Depending.
No kia is two
mah,
children.
No, as in the number 2 in Teochew.
Oh. Oh, number 2, no. No,
Exactly.
no.
So
Oh,
if I hear it fast and I'm not processing quick enough, I'm just going to assume that she's referring to 2 kids.
2
but I
kids.
guess not.
Oh, okay. Right. If it's 2 kids, it's not no kia, it's no kai kia. Yeah.
Yes, that does sound familiar now, actually. Yeah. Because my dad will use, my parents will use Teochew with both my grandmothers. So I hear it very often. Yeah.
Okay. Right. Yeah. Very interesting.
What else? There is a I'll send you this link. I'm not sure how much you'll be able to understand it, but it's this person giving a talk in Teochew, which is very, very fun. Teochew lecture? I don't actually know. Nope. There we are.
Do you guys say like toilet the same way? Like what's toilet in like Hokkien?
I'll just use the Malay loan word for jamban.
What is the Malay word?
Jamban.
Jamban.
Toilet bowl.
Jamban. Not tandas. Oh, okay.
Tandas would be the toilet, but jamban would be the toilet bowl. So it's just we just don't care. Yeah.
Okay.
Jamban titolo. I hear it very often. Again, could be just in the market or something.
I see. So for us it's Diang Lang Dodigo. Yeah. Diang Lang or the China way of referencing would be, what is it? Cheso. Yeah. Diang Lang as
now? Sorry.
Yep.
So this is the person who, well, very nicely got paused here. So he's a French Teochew. His family is from here. He's from Cambodia. He's a refugee. I'm just gonna. Can you hear this?
Not yet. I think
Can you hear that?
you probably need to share sound, I think.
That's what I did. Share sound. There we are. Let's try this now.
I use Gao Miang. It's Khmer. You can also say Cambodia.
So let me just fast forward to. This is 普通话.
That means a small chair. Like for example, 椅子. Sorry, I have a Taiwanese accent. 椅子. We say 椅, but if you take the equivalent of 字 and you say 椅件, that means a small chair.
I have no idea how accurate this is.
So you have all these, like for example, a shop is a pole. 这里 is 家, 那里 is here. A house is tool. So the vocabulary is quite different. And also you can see that to enter, 进, we say dip. So it's very old Chinese. 讓詞仔嚟台隻招會計因為
So you can hear that just now. He also only uses one.
Nang.
Again, I will never use one. I'll always use two.
讓詞仔嚟台隻招會計因為 This is a chart of Teochew's consonant. I will do it after. 那是人嚟比Teochew會較普通話。可注意啲普通話咧噃。Teochew會較
This is the
consonant.
part.
So I can do for you all the consonant from top to bottom, left to right. M is mo. This means it's the character is self-explaining. It means not good. 不好 mo. BH is a bo. That means 沒有.
So,
This is what
I was trying to say just now.
So here is a chart of Teochew's vowel. On the left is the oral vowel, and on the right is the nasal vowel. So all the vowel can be nasalized. So I go from top to bottom, and then from left to right. E, This one is an allophone of the one above. It only appears after an aspirated K, so K.
Yeah, and this is what I was trying to say just now.
So we can have an M.
So as I
like
said just now, Teochew doesn't have N's, doesn't have T's. And he has said it here as well. That's just the way it is. Yeah, if you want, I've sent the link, I think. Watch it at your own time. Yep, I've sent it.
Okay,
So
yeah, got it.
that's that.
So that is actually quite technical when it comes to the the way it's being pronounced and how it's being omitted, some of the sound. Yeah. Then I'm just wondering, like amongst the learners, right? Like, did y'all have any questions around what are some of the burning differences between the two? Because it does sound like there are quite a lot of similarity as well, right? In that sense.
Okay. How to say trishaw?
Trishaw. Trishaw. You mean 三轮车, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't use it too. I think by the time in our generation, we got no more trishaws. Oh, 沙凌家, my mother said. 沙凌家. Yeah, so
I have never been on one, never used one.
got to ask your mom.
Is purely functional.
Functional.
I can carry a conversation with it, that's for sure. But asking me for, like, honestly, I have no idea what the word for pen is. Like,
pen.
That's how.
Okay.
Because I don't use it. Yeah. Of course, I know my 电脑点位. Yeah, that kind of thing. 后背点位后背基本上 everything. I use it to not die, like, essentially. I will survive in it, that's for sure. Anyway, I wrote school for.
That's true. No, go ahead.
So I wrote school to remind me. So what is university?
In Teochew?
Yeah.
Daihak.
Yeah. I would again when I wouldn't misunderstand that, but I will use tua o.
Tua o, okay. 大学, right?
Yeah. But it's so I learned Hokkien when I was 12. I didn't learn it when I was younger. So I always experiment. So I was just thinking, right? You tell me it's tua o, right? And I know the word for teacher, which is 先生. Again, one of the few nasals that I would use. So I would just assume that 学生 would be tua o, right? So 先生 makes perfect sense, right? But no,
but
it's not.
Yes.
Why? It's another reason altogether. But as it makes sense, right? You're just piecing words together. You know pencil as
ink big, same. Ink big.
Bit.
So actually pen is big. I mean you call it bit, we call it big.
I guess so.
The I becomes A, I think. No, big is what?
K.
T becomes K. Correct. Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for that. Yeah. So tua o versus Daihak. Yeah. So if you already made the conclusion, the word 学 as in to learn can either be read or said as 乐哦心意。那件事不能件事哦，福建话甲潮州话无相嘅字。What we are learning today is the differences between 不能學嘅物件 right? But we don't say 不能學嘅物件. That sounds very strange. But we would use 學 when you're referring to
school.
You choose school.
Yeah.
No, not school. School is autumn. I think that's
your school is autumn. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. We can call it a few ways. Autumn, 學校, 直接, 3 different kinds. I have no idea why too. I'm trying to think as well. Yeah.
Now the reason is because in Hokkien and Teochew has kept a lot of the differences in reading. Hokkien has lost a lot of it, but still maintains some here and there. Teochew, well, apparently has kept more. So yeah, in case you're wondering why the word share can be read in one of two ways. And if you know Korean, it's pretty much exactly the same, haksen, without tone. So it has been maintained for like eons.
Yeah. Do you find a lot of similarities in Korean and Hokkien?
There are for the technical ones.
Some words, right?
Japanese as well, like seikai, as in world, 世界. That is pretty much
Sikan
identical.
as well, right? In Hokkien, in
Yeah.
Korean, yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting. Yeah. Okay. Right. I'm also wondering, as you were sharing, like even the swear words. I mean, okay, Hokkien is quite popular with swears lah, huh? I think in the Singapore context. So even the swear words in Hokkien and Teochew are also very different. But I guess we can't use it here because it's recorded. Yeah.
I understand all of it. I don't use them. That's all. It's good to know that they're different. Then again, my mom always says that Hokkien is a bit more of the crude one, I guess. Not exactly untrue, but a bit unfortunate that people just use it to swear.
Yeah, but the Hokkien swears are more popular, I would say. You'd hardly hear people using the Teochew ones to adapt in their anger, right? To express their anger. Yeah. Okay.
Interesting.
But I thought Cantonese is also another one, right? Another popular one.
You mean swear or what?
The swear.
Okay.
Well, you have one big old Hong Kong who is just basically using Cantonese every day. Don't be surprised that it has a lot of traction. Hokkien was used, even some Indians or Malays use it. Like I think my Indian friends, I have a friend who is Indian, and then his father uses Hokkien whenever he wants to gamble and doesn't want a wife to understand. So Hokkien was very, very widespread. That's why, it was just basically used everywhere. So but now Hokkien has pretty much died out, but nonetheless, it still had its heyday. But Teochew never had that. It has opera, but that's pretty much it. Cantonese still has its
Cantonese drama.
So that means Hokkien is like the king of swears, followed by Cantonese.
No, not king of swears. Every language has its swears, but which is the more popular language at that time will be more used. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so that means like Hokkien will be more popular than Cantonese.
In certain groups, yeah.
Not in.
Maybe also depending which part of Singapore lah. If you go into Chinatown, we hear a lot more Cantonese speakers. If you go to like, I don't know, where are Hokkien people?
Construction, you work in blue collar jobs, it's all there, man.
Hokkien language.
I stay in a condo, and the maintenance people, they all speak in Hokkien. That means all the technical terms like fuse box, bulb, and everything, it's all like, so what do you just say? Oh, that means fuse box. I'm like, well, I guess that word exists. Yeah. So it has its vocab by itself. And it's quite fun because the person's Malaysian. And it's just Hokkien. It's used. So blue collar workers, you'll find Hokkien still being used.
Wait, but that means Singaporeans are more Hokkien speaking, right? Not Cantonese, is it? It's just only in Chinatown.
Hokkien was a bit 60% of our Chinese, man. Malaysian was a different composition altogether. Malaysian had more Cantonese. So there's no competition or comparison. It's just who came down. That's it.
Right.
So
also
that
depending
means,
which state, right?
So that means Hakka and like Hainan is also not very common in the Singapore, right? It's just only Hokkien.
Hokkien was 40%, Teochew was 20%, Cantonese was 15%, and the rest was the rest lah. So you have one section of population that was 40% of the entire population. If you don't speak their language, you're not going to do business with them, man.
Like Hainanese is quite a small population, so a lot of Hainanese could actually speak Teochew Hokkien.
Yeah. They were forced to ensure that they survive.
Yeah, I mean, like my dad is Hakka, but I can't speak Hakka. I can't speak Cape. So we all adapted to speaking Teochew because my mom is Teochew. Yeah. So yeah, the majority wins, I guess. It sounds like it.
What other differences are there? I don't know. Let's just throw out a few words. What's scissors?
Gato.
Yeah, scissors, gato.
Similar.
I don't know what.
How many? How do you say how many?
How many of what?
How many? Okay, how many people?
So you have Kueh Lang.
Kueh Lang. Okay, ours is Jok Zoi Gai Nang. Oh, okay, we also use Kui Gai Nang.
Or Loa Zui La, but Loa Zui is more for things. Loa Zui Lang, it sounds like
thereabouts. Yeah.
Yeah. What are the things that my mom used?
I want to ask how to say light on the light that you use in house.
Okay. Teochew hui.
Is there another word for it?
Bo.
So what is to on the light?
Kui hui.
And then to turn off the light?
Guan hui.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll say kui he or come he.
Come here.
Kui he. That's fine. But I realized that come is to cover or to close.
Yeah, like come, right? Yeah.
Yes. So I will sometimes say, come here, which doesn't make sense in the modern setting, but I guess it makes sense using
the candle settings.
Yeah. So kui he makes sense as well. Kui he. Yeah.
Well, so like for me, my set of Hokkien, we call it kui teng.
Yes, that was what I was about to say next. Yeah. So teng is the other option that I wouldn't be too it's not strange to me.
Actually, I have another version for light. My family also call it Dian Hui.
Dian Hui.
Yeah, literally means electric fire. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, Sean, your Hokkien is very Hokkien Teochew. It's like combination of two. It sounds a bit like that. Dian Hui, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just take this time to introduce Timothy Tye. So he actually teaches Penang Hokkien. So maybe Timothy, you can also offer your thoughts as Hazel and Joel are speaking as well.
Wow, yours would be a different league, man, Timothy. I've heard Penang Hokkien.
I teach Penang Hokkien, which I suppose will be very different from Singapore Hokkien. I have to say I'm not very familiar with Teochew, so that's why I'm listening in. And I'm sorry that I come in a little bit late, forgot about the time, sorry about that. So I have just joined and I'm just listening in right now to understand where you have progressed until now. And when I am ready to jump in, then I will do so.
Okay.
Sounds good, Tim.
Yeah, sounds good.
Nice to see you.
We're talking about lights, turning on and turning off lights. Yeah.
So for the longest time, I said come here, but I thought come and close. So to close a modern light doesn't make sense. So I slowly changed it to kui he, which is another example of the nasals coming in again.
Yeah.
I'll never say kui he. Kui he doesn't make sense. Kui he, then it makes sense.
Yeah, actually, however, I would think it that way because in the ancient time, there isn't any light invented. There is no bulb invented in the past. So our family will just inherit the traditional way of speaking that. Even when my family are speaking in Cantonese, they literally translate 山佛. Yeah.
Like
but actually,
okay.
yeah. But actually, Hong Kong people do not really speak sanfo anymore. Yeah, because they already, that means literally means close to fire. Yeah.
Oh.
In Penang Hokkien, to turn on the lights, we say Kui Hui.
Same like Teochew. Kui
But
Hui.
however, I do know that in Taiwan, they will say Kui Ting.
Yeah, Kui Ting.
Yeah. So that's the difference which I am aware of. In Penang is Kui Hui.
Yeah. Oh, Kui Hui. Yes, we also call it Kui Hui. Then how do you off your lights in Penang?
Kam Hui. So open and shut.
Yeah, it's really, shut. Shut is a very good word.
Yeah.
But shut in what way? to suffocate the light or to really
Kam Hui is to close the light or to shut the light.
Turn off the TV. 電視機啦，幫我。
Kam 電視機。
Kam 電視。
I can if you want to protect it from dust. No.
Literally.
So when things are a bit more like, 你幫我冚電視機嘅時候，得隻垃圾。That makes sense. Can you help me cover the TV with a cloth? It may get dirty.
I think we will still use the same as 一條布冚電視機。
Yeah. But it's not clear, but 你幫我關電視機 that is very clear. Can you shut? Can you turn off the TV? Again, I'm not saying what is right, what is wrong.
Yeah, it's
just
what is
saying
used,
that
right?
we still use both words
and
or you can always ask, sorry, what exactly do you want to do? Yeah.
Okay. So for us, off is always square. Yeah. Square hui, square 電視, square whatever, square 水. Yeah. Okay.
Then how about traffic light? How do you say traffic light?
紅綠燈 What is 紅綠燈?
Teochew is 車紅會. It's not 紅綠, it's 綠紅. 車紅會. I don't know why though.
But I know it's all like all set and set, right? Makes sense. Or so 綠 is 青, right? So 丁 I don't know. I never used it.
In Penang Hokkien is 紅車會.
紅綠燈 same. Yeah, 紅車會. So why Teochew green first? I need to ask. I need to go find out now. Yeah. 車紅會. Yeah. We never ever say 紅車會. Right, Charmaine? What do you call it?
I don't know. I'm also trying to think like how my mom say it. But yeah, I think it's 車紅會. Yeah. I don't know.
Okay, I'll go find
the
out.
only I really pay attention also. But I think it's 車紅會, like the one she uses. Yeah. Yeah. Interesting.
Road, how do you call road? Like what do you use?
The long one would be Machalu, which is a very famous.
Yeah.
Or law. Law, yeah. Just I don't know, Toa Payoh Road.
Okay.
Law. Yeah.
In Penang Hokkien, it's also law.
Law, yeah. Teochew is low, so the R becomes H, right? Low. Yeah.
Yeah.
Becha low. Yeah.
As I was telling Joel in our previous session in Hokkien, the last time I visited Singapore, I was in Geylang and I walked along Geylang Road and I saw all the roads branching out of the main road, and all of them has the word LOR, law.
Lorong.
And I thought that, oh, over there is written in Hokkien. But every single has law to it.
Sorry to disappoint you. It's lorong.
I was so surprised. Oh my goodness. In Singapore, they appreciate Hokkien so much that they would name the road in Hokkien.
Are the roads named in Hokkien in Penang?
No. It's,
no.
No, it's not in. It's either in Malay or sometime in English.
Okay. Right.
What other differences could there be? What is I?
I, as in I or I?
Yes, yes. So,
Mak. Yeah. Mak or mak ju?
Yeah. And then glasses?
Mak kia.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So it's bak chu or bak kia.
Bak starts with B, is it?
Yeah.
Yours?
Yeah.
So M and B.
Yeah, very, very, quite a distinct difference there.
Wow. Okay. So do all M get substituted to B in Hokkien? The same word?
Nah. M's, both M's and B's do exist, as in bo, as I said, for wife.
Yeah. Correct.
Bo is to not have. Etc. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Trying to think what else is different.
Are the numbers different?
Numbers.
Numbers. Okay.
I don't know. Let's try.
After.
Yeah, what number you want?
I used to for fun say 1 to 10 for just to get fluency out lah. So you take in SASI got not cheap boy cao zap. And I think Teochew be take no SASI no la cheap boy.
The 5 is always tricky. No, yeah.
But by and large, you'll get by.
Yes, true.
Yeah, but it's just the tones that are just completely off, different. Yeah.
I think when it goes to the millions and the thousands, then might be a bit different.
I'll say di cheng, neng cheng, sa cheng, si cheng for thousand.
Yours is cheng, right? Ours is choi. Jik choi, no choi, sa choi. Jik buang, no buang, sa buang. I think yours is ban, right?
Yeah,
Jik
I think
ba
so.
ban. I just remember the Hokkien song.
Yeah. Yep. Another good difference there. I could get by understanding my grandma 60% of the time lah. So really speaks more to what is similar than what is different.
Yeah. So if we were to okay, no, you go ahead first. I'm just thinking whether we can do something interactive.
To a very long stuff. Yeah.
Or is it
interactive?
Interactive. Okay. No, I'm just wondering whether you want to give it a go. Like maybe I can be a vegetable seller. Teochew vegetable seller. Okay, and you can be a different seller. Okay, we get the participants to talk to us in our language to try and get what they want.
Or maybe I order vegetables from you because I always get scolded in the market because I have no idea what the names are. So I go up to your store and say, "Jie cai is me." So whatever name you give me, I cannot understand. Yeah, whatever name you give me, I cannot understand.
Okay.
So you just butcher a name up.
Yeah. Okay.
So 芥菜是咩？
呢個菜呢個菜是叫做海菜，係咪？真似嚟食咪？
真似 our tea is very fresh.
對，真似。
你有偌濟？
我經濟我係使買了10 kilo 嚟咪？10 kilo 割了片啦。
幾 kilo 佢嚟啊
？1 kilo 差唔多8塊半啦。巴魯到 Camera Highland 嚟嘅。
Camera Highland 嚟咪是不一樣嘅，擺點個片，擺點迄個店賣是。
是咪擺點？我唔曉啲啊。
百店 ，sorry。
百店。
sorry。
百佳店嚇，你是搭百佳店？OK， 百佳店多好嘅，你睇我計是青色嘅，有湯嘅。
乜我講白冷嘅菜是我食嘅咧。sorry。But anyway, continue. 這菜不要緊啦，8塊是唔
8塊啊？你係著最幾咯？
我偏淡薄啦。
你係是買10，你買10 kilo 啦，10 kilo 我確你8塊，我使。
我係5 kilo 爾啦，sorry I'm not in Singapore. I'm very sleepy. I forgot about this lesson. I just took one. I wanted to sleep really.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's fine though. It's really okay. 5 kilo 會使4塊會使唔會啊 Why boy
Oh,
白
kilo
菜
si ko. Okay, look at bakoy boy. Look at bia boy 好食嘅海菜。我開始真好食嘅，我唔會學白人，我唔會學下面。
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we can get by. It's not as if it's that far apart.
True that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But how do the rest feel about this? Like, do you hear the similarity, the difference? Can you understand what we're trying to do?
Yeah.
I understand.
Okay.
But I just want to ask, what is hoi chai?
Spinach.
Spinach.
Oh, hoi chai.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the first vegetable that came to mind.
Right. It took me some time to learn to count and to choose.
Yes.
So what is to count? 即係籠中嘅菜，我哋使幫我 count how much?
Count 算，就是算。
Right.
但我算幾
I always confuse that with the word 算, which is to play.
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 That's right.
Yeah. Then, but the thing is that 算 is to count, but what is to choose?
算。
哇，籠中好了，你使幫我算。
好了。
Yeah. So again, you will notice that I will say 算 with the N, but not swang with the G.
Oh.
Okay.
Again, because I thought 算 in Mandarin is to count, you see.
Right.
So
right.
but 算 is to choose, so I had to just like push it further down the line. So yeah, I've gotten that like sorted a really long time ago, but it's just something to see what the difference was.
Right. Yeah.
So it's 算 versus 双. Yeah.
Yeah. And
another.
sing.
Yeah.
And sing.
Yeah.
In Penang, to count is sui.
Wow.
Sui.
Sui.
Instead of swan is sui. Sui. Sui ka liao. Sui long zhong.
Wow, very different.
Oh, it's quite different.
If you tell me that
with washing
without context, yeah, I was thinking it's washing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's similar to like Teochew soy.
Soy is to wash.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To wash in Penang is say.
Say?
Say is to wash.
You know what is say or
to
not?
wash clothes.
Say is to rent. So it's
Oh,
like
yes.
寫好啊電話啊，我頭先學咗100%啦，我係電話把你派，所以係寫話啦，yeah.
Okay.
A very rarely used word, but I know that word. I learned that from a taxi driver.
To rent in Penang is sui. Sui hawa.
Teochew. Sui.
Sui.
Sui 一句班學啊，sui 一句處學啊，對sui. Yeah. So Penang Hokkien has adaptation from Teochew.
Yes, that's right. Because there are Teochew people also, so there is influence from Teochew in Penang Hokkien. For example, how do you say I?
Wa.
Yeah, in Penang Hokkien it's also wa, not gua, but wa.
I would say that I will use wa, but gua is I would say more on the Indonesian side. You see a lot of Medan Hokkien users. So I give you this. I think this is Hokkien. Tim, I don't know how much you understand this, but it's basically a prank that this particular student went to the UK. He came back. He lost a lot of weight. And then he wanted to prank his parents. His parents didn't know he was back. Only his brothers knew. They booked the restaurant they booked 2 tables at the same restaurant, and it was very funny lah. So I'm quite sure this is Hokkien, but I can only understand like a good 40% of it. Hold on, Indonesian student prank. They can get it out. Let's see. There we are. Found it. Okay, yes, let me share the screen again. Oh no, not the one. Over. There we are.
Dili tak kalau makanya pandai je dili tak
Can you hear that?
In Malay, is it?
we don't see the video.
Yeah, I just hear the sound.
No, let's try that again. Right. Yep, that should be better. You get that?
Con nó ngoài chuột nó bây giờ là ngoài chuột lại ngoài mình chỉ
Lại khẳng đâu là lúc nào sẽ xây hẳn như là lúc còn kia chị ăn lim ăn xem cái con.
I know this is definitely Hokkien. Very clear.
Iya. Bulan banyak.
Ulo ay tambah.
Iya.
Cobain nanti kalau buka bareng ya. Ini nilai bakwan lah yuk.
Bakwan.
Aduh.
Nha, em nha.
Itu kalau kau disahan dia, wang mana lah. Kayak gini nih
Tahu lah.
Ini siang, tu cai kia, wah tu cai kia.
Ini dia.
Okay, here is xiang. Here lang
Gina
or something. Yeah. So I know with just a few words, I know it's a version of Hokkien, but okay, I think it's loud enough, but I'm not understanding a lot of it. But they use a gua somewhere down the road lah. So Tim, I know what you mean. Gua, you will find it, but the only gua I will use is when I say woman, which is kunnang or guanang. I would never say wanang. That sounds very strange to me.
Okay. We don't use gun in Penang.
What is your version?
We use walang. Walang is we.
Okay.
Lan, we do use those also.
What is lan?
Lan is we inclusive of you.
Oh wow.
Walang is we exclusive of you.
So, it's like Teochew's nang.
Yes, nang. If you check out the Chinese character, it's the same.
So Hazel, what do you say nang? If you say nang, that means
us.
But us can be
including me.
Yes.
Of course, us will always include me, but doesn't include the speaker. If, for example, I ask you, hey Hazel, what's going on now? And you have another friend, you have, let's say, Charmaine, and you say, oh, we are going to the movies. In English, you cannot say, and you don't want to invite me. You want to say, Charmaine and I are going to the movies. We are going to the movies. But in English, when you say we are going to the movies, does it include me, the person who's asking?
Wow, okay.
Because in English, you have to say, Charmaine and I are going.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're not invited.
Yeah, correct.
But
so,
or you can say
Teochew is
the
a bit
three of
cryptic.
us. No, it can be the same as English, where you say, when you say nang ke, blah, 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 blah. It could mean, and it could be ambiguous. It could be the two of you, or it could be the three of us. But according to Tim, he has a version of a word that says, okay, with the speaker, with me, or just without me.
Yes, correct.
You will find the difference in Malay. That difference in Malay is very obvious. But no, it traditionally doesn't exist in Chinese. When you say woman, it's like, yeah, I don't know whether it's to invite you or not. So Timothy, I think your influence comes from Malay, because this is the first time I've heard that a Chinese language does it. Yeah. I can't think of any other Chinese language that distinguishes inclusive we and exclusive we. I've heard that term before.
In Penang, so lan would be inclusive of you, whereas walang is not including you.
Right.
And I want to show you the Chinese character for lan, the one that inclusive of you. May I share screen?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Let me show you here. So you're looking at my dictionary right now, and this is the word for lan. This is the word for lan.
What is this word? Zha, is it zha-men?
This is the word for lan. And you can even say lan lang. Lan lang is we all is lan lang. So this is lan. This is lan. In Malay is kita. Whereas walang is kami.
Okay.
Yeah. So Malay, as I said, Malay does have that difference. I don't speak Malay, I just know about it.
Yes.
But then Penang Hokkien could be like, hey, this is quite useful, right? Why not we just take it and split it into our meanings, you know? So yeah.
So this is the word for it, and I think it's in dictionary also. Let me show you dictionary. This one.
I think it's the China version. 闸门.
So the word, this word, lan, is in Medan. It means we and inclusive. Lan, we all. Lan.
Yeah.
And the polite is, it means you. The polite form is you, but we don't use it to mean you in Penang Hokkien. So this is lan with this word.
Lan.
And with this pronunciation, lan and nan. And as you say in Teochew, Teochew is nan.
Nang, yeah.
Nan. In Teochew is nan.
But it doesn't quite specify whether it's inclusive or exclusive of the speaker, like that sense.
It doesn't say,
Yeah.
but in Penang, that means in Hokkien, it is inclusive. It's inclusive of you.
Okay.
So that is that particular word.
Right.
Well, it is inclusive, but we don't have an exclusive word, at least in
we
Singapore.
don't have.
We're just going to dump everything together and assume that we're all going for the movie.
And use a lot of gesture. Nang, just like that.
So if it is we are going but you are staying, then we will use walang, and we also shorten it to wang. Wang is short form for walang. But if lan that means is inclusive of you. Lan tenang, lan lang si tenang.
Yeah.
Walang si tenang, lu si tenang.
Yeah.
Quite complicated. Teochew is nang si tung nang. Okay, that's it. Right. Oh, very interesting. So Timothy, when you came to Singapore to speak Hokkien, can the Singaporean Hokkiens understand?
Yes.
Can, okay.
Yeah. I met with that guy by the name of, what's his name? The foodie, the Singapore foodie.
Sito?
Yeah, Sito.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact, I was staying with him. Yeah, he can understand me in.
Right. Okay.
But of course, there are differences in pronunciation for some of the words. But all in all, it's much easier to understand Singapore Hokkien than to understand Taiwan Hokkien.
We have a Taiwan Hokkien person here. Sean, is it?
Actually, I can speak both Malaysian Hokkien and Taiwanese Hokkien. I really get immersed with the Taiwanese program, so that's why I know the difference. Yeah.
Is it very different?
Not really. I still can understand most of them, but we just speak differently, different tone, different vocabulary. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So if I
most of them are very similar. Most of them.
Right. So if Joel, Timothy, and Sean all speak Hokkien, you all can understand one another in that sense.
I can understand my Taiwanese friend. He could understand me as well, but it's like just you and me just not talking about a vegetable salad. You can get a conversation going, but I will clearly, I was saying you good 80%, 90% of it. I would dare say I understood my friend 80%, 90%. He said, yeah, I can understand you like perfectly well. And he said, yes, I can understand you perfectly well too.
Right.
We can clearly tell it's very different.
Yeah,
that's
same.
all I'll say.
Yeah.
But
so I guess
strangely,
the structure is there. No,
yeah.
done. Yeah. Charmaine, you have a comedy here.
I think my aunt sent it to my mom, who showed it to me.
Oh.
I think she sent me a few. It's a bit like crude lah, but apparently, like they were saying that Teochew is quite fat, which is like I think from China maybe. Yeah, quite funny. Maybe like because it's recorded, y'all can just watch in your own time. I don't know whether the one I sent is crude lah. I really cannot remember, but it was quite funny.
Okay.
This is my favorite Teochew I won't use the word recording or anything. But let me try and get it. Oh, why cannot play? Okay, let me try and get it out. You all just can continue first.
Okay. Charmaine, your one is so funny. Peppa Pig.
Yeah, so it's very inappropriate Peppa Pig because Peppa Pig is really for kids. But this one is like the Teochew version.
Teochew version of Peppa Pig. Okay.
Yes.
Cool. I'll watch it later. Yeah.
I think I personally found some quite hard to understand.
In
Yeah.
Medan Hokkien.
Sorry, what are you saying?
Would you all be able to understand Medan Hokkien?
Medan Hokkien. I've spoken to
the one I played just now, I think.
Yeah.
40%.
Must listen very carefully.
Yes.
I would like to play you a song in Medan Hokkien, which we have just discovered recently. I want you to listen to this to see how well you understand the word. And in particular, I want to find out from you, do you call the pao as pao in your language also?
Yes,
pao. Over there, they call it as, I think, chow. Listen to this. I can't pronounce it properly myself.
Grammarly helps make your writing clear and concise, no matter where you are. Compose a cover letter.
See whether you understand.
Yeah.
That word is pao.
They're quite modern.
This is Medan Hokkien, and the singer is quite modern.
The Teochew ones are all quite old school.
See whether you understand.
Cannot. Zaki.
I can. Again, for songs, I can barely understand a lot of stuff because they use a lot of technical terms.
This part I can for Mama Jing to be.
So Zhongbao is how they call the bao.
Oh, Zhongbao. Maybe it's Roti John and Bao. Looks good.
How much of it you all can understand?
Most of them.
Most of it, So this is Medan Hokkien. The singer is from Medan. And for me, it's almost like Penang Hokkien, except for that word Zhongbao.
Yeah, I think I only understand 60%. Only this sentence I can catch fully. Wow, that's actually quite a nice song.
It's a very, very nice.
Yeah, it was, right?
Yeah. How much do you understand? Is it easy to understand?
60%.
60%. Mm-hmm.
If I don't read the lyrics, yeah.
Yeah. I suppose it's due to vocabulary, the words that they choose to use.
Yeah.
Regionally, we might use different words in different places.
True.
I'm curious to know, in Teochew, do you have variants? Do you speak a different variant of Teochew in different parts of the world?
Of course, yes. So like, because I have like relatives in China, and when they came and they spoke Teochew, a lot of the, okay, so the basics are there, like le wa, tapo tabo is there, but the items are all varied. Like air condition in Singapore, we call it neki, they call it tong tio, and then I think their words are more traditional. Yeah, when they refer to certain things, right? Because like for us, meat is ba in Singapore, te ba, gu ba, yo ba, but they call it nek. Yeah, gu nek, te nek. Yeah, so I think it comes from the cultural influence as well, because we have quite a bit of the local Malay cultural influence, so it's a bit different. Yeah.
But the can tell just now you say is very modern Chinese vocabulary. Actually, there is not really the old words or air conditioner.
That's true, but that means it's the way we kind of refer to it differently, lah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have not spoken to. I think okay. The Vietnamese, quite a lot of Vietnamese are also Teochews. In fact, in one of the class we had a Vietnamese Teochew that joined us. We were comparing the Teochew in Singapore and in Vietnam. Sounds pretty similar. Like when he spoke, we could understand. Yeah.
So I finally got my link to work. Finally, I have to open it via some other channel. It's an MP3, so there's no video.
Okay.
Share advanced. I just want to share audio. Can you hear that?
tiếng Huế.
响了，电话响了，电话响，你就爱听。人敲钟讲了，你就爱听。莫个人点点等，等久要替你学了，人会逼切开听电话，妹妹听电话，你的电话响了，我等电话机会收起啊，妹妹听电话，电话机会发脾气个听电话。听电话，妹妹听电话。
Is this a ringtone?
Yeah, it's actually meant to be a ringtone back in 2005. So I'm sure you answer your phone. So actually, you can hear again the difference that I pointed out.
电话响了，电话响了，电话响，你就爱听。人敲钟讲了，你就爱听。莫个人点点等。
You see the word 当 again, I would never say that way. I'll say as 当。当个进步了，进淡薄一下。Yeah. But
yeah,
of
we
course,
don't
it's
have
当
kin.
over here.
Yeah, ours is meh meh.
Yeah.
等久要替你学了，人会逼切开听电话，妹妹听电话，你的电话响了，我等电话机会收起啊，妹妹听电话，电话机会发脾气个听电话，听电话，妹妹听电话。
Yeah. So that's what I was trying to find.
Okay. Where can I find this ringtone?
Yes, where can I find this ringtone? I feel like I need to send it to like my clients and all that.
So right, yeah. And then they will answer their phone.
Yes.
You can create your own ringtone like that.
Teochew
Okay, I've
ringtone.
sent it.
Thank
Opening
you.
with yeah. Opening it with the normal one won't work. So find
so
VLC
funny.
player or something.
Okay.
Yeah, I found it very
Thank you.
hilarious, and because both my grandmothers use Teochew very a lot, so I don't think they ever used it though, unfortunately. But yeah.
Okay.
Excuse me, sorry to bother, but then like just wondering, jiu got another meaning in banana, right? Is it in Penang Hokkien? Like the po jiu, the jiu, is it?
Jiu is banana. You can say kin jiu as in banana.
Oh, okay.
Jiu, raja jiu. What else? Bee jiu.
Oh,
Those are
okay.
different types of banana.
Oh, because I came across one video that is talk about the jiu. It's something like this one. Here it's like selling the banana, but say like jiu like that.
來，
哦，
嘿，安怎樣？你愛買啥物？我愛買香蕉，這邊無蕉，我愛食香蕉，但是這邊有2粒 orange 爾，做咩輸無香蕉了？互我食蕉，我這邊還有1條蕉，你愛食無？哈？啥物蕉？我本有誒，你本有誒，嘛香蕉誒。
But here they mean is like the banana, right? The king is like the fragrant, is it, or something?
Actually, in that sense, I can see two meanings of the banana ginjo. One is the fruit, the other one is literally the human organ, the male organ.
Yeah. Or they have like that something
It
like
is kind of pun, yeah, the Hokkien pun.
Oh, okay. But I came across another one. I came across another video also, but I'm not sure if this one is like a Penang Hokkien or something.
Oi! Yes? Oi! Ang mo gao! I know what that means. That means red fur monkey. Si meh. Huh? 做咩數你會知嘅？你是 racist。OK 咯，手啲咯，硬模硬模。哇！做咩數落去我硬模？我都搏硬模。按你看，我就叫你金毛狮王。Oh, gold-hair lion. Oh, wait. Why do you keep calling me animal names? I'm a human.
But that one is like a Penang Hokkien, is it? Or something?
I'm not quite sure. I can't answer that. It could be Penang Hokkien. It might not be Penang Hokkien. I'm not sure. It does sound you can speak in Penang like that.
Oh, okay. But Ang Mo is both Penang and Singapore Hokkien they use.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
So
we call Ang Mo also.
You know why?
Oh, okay.
In Penang Hokkien would be
Because
Ang Mo.
very first encounter with the, in a way, the most distinctive feature would be the red hair. But I think that the very first white people that the Fujian people met were people who had red hair, and therefore they just you're all Ang Mo to me. So yeah, that's why lah. So Ang Mo is universal lah amongst.
Yeah,
I think
but did
Southeast
they use the
Asia.
word Ang Mo in Fujian province?
In which province?
Do they use the word Ang Mo to mean Westerners?
Okay, I'm just gonna cut my video because I think it's lagging the whole thing.
I think they refer Ang Mo to Westerners, yes.
Yeah, but do they refer to Westerners in China itself?
No, China they call them 老外, right?
老外 is Mandarin.
Yeah.
Mandarin.
But not quite sure about that because I also have no clue about this.
So there is a possibility that the word originates locally.
Yes, I think so.
Here,
my China
rather
friend
than
don't
in
know
China.
Ang Mo.
So when they come into contact, the Hokkien speaking or people come into contact with the Westerners here in this region rather than in China, that we get the word Ang Mo.
Maybe we Malaysian or Singaporean were British colony before. And the first British colonizers are red fur.
The hair are red line in that sense. Yeah. The burnt what you call it? Yeah, red color.
Yeah, I even heard the joke about a French man making fun of British people. They call them red hair, red fur, yeah, so like something like that.
Possible.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So I learned that Ang Mo is also used in Malaysia. I always thought it's a Singapore thing, like colloquial. Okay. Right. Okay. Yeah.
I suppose we share a lot of words in common because we don't split up until quite well, only 50 years or so ago that we start to branch away. But other than that, I think we have a longer common history.
Yeah, for sure.
The word more because it actually it dates back to like 1636 where they actually call it Hong Mao Yi Ren. So I got this off my wiki. And yeah, and they said that it was primarily used in the Medan area, so that includes like Taiwan, where they call it like Hong Mao Ren. And so that's where you get your Ang Mo. Yeah. I think they edged out calling them like Hong Mao. Instead, like Singapore and Malaysia are the one which kind of popularizes the use of Ang Mo.
What I find fascinating is willing, right? From this description is that if it's in the 1630 something and it's Taiwan, they would not be using Mandarin at all. They would probably be using Minnan.
Yep. So it would be Ang Mo. I don't know. Ang Mo.
They would probably not be referring to the British, but rather to the Dutch.
Yeah.
Do they have the same hair color? Let me see.
It's Portuguese actually. They say they first directed it at the Portuguese.
Okay. Yeah. That would make a lot of sense. Yeah. That would make...
But I think when the British started gaining influence in this area, they directed it more Ang Mo, just that word Ang Mo was directed towards the British. Yeah.
I see.
But in Taiwan, they usually speak Mandarin among themselves, right? Like youngsters, right? But if to family, they'll speak in Hokkien, right?
Nowadays, there are very few families speaking Hokkien in Taiwan right now. Because they already gone through very drastic Mandarin education reform, and all the people become Mandarin people. Yeah. Literally, so basically you can hardly find some youngsters who still speak Hokkien. Even if you happen to go to any store, you want to speak in Hokkien, they might reply you in Mandarin, or either they don't understand what you are saying.
Okay. Because I also know Taiwan has Hakka people because they have like a Hakka village there, so that means it's like mix of Hokkien and Hakka people, but not many Cantonese, I guess.
Mostly would be Hokkien and Hakka.
Yeah.
Hokkien will be the dominant. And
okay. Then like Taiwan, they address their father as like Lao Bei, is it? Or like
Lao Bei or Appa.
But Lim Bei no lah, is it?
Lim Bei literally means your father, and actually there means I. That was very root form of I.
Oh, it's like a slang, right?
It's a slang.
Oh, okay. But it's not really like a swear word or something?
It's kind of nearly become a swear word. It's very crude word. So I don't use it in front of anyone actually.
Limpe will be very crude and it's a very casual word to be used because what it means is limpe is to regard yourself as the father to you. That means I'm higher than you. Limpe means myself as me being your father. I am your father.
Oh, okay. Because I came across some memes or like some Singaporean movie, they say like, Limpe will clap for you, or the movie will say like, oh, Limpe will show you the way. Like
it's the Abing show.
I saw like because in the office there's like Ang Mo. So this Singaporean guy, he said to Ang Mo, come, Limpe will show you the way. And then the Ang Mo was like, what is Limpe? Like
Is it directed by Jack Neo?
I think so.
Okay. so they are trying to portray a cruder side of the Singapore population that by using such language. Because I think his movies always would have a character that is a bit crude lah. Yeah, the Abings, the businessman. Yeah.
That's what they use. They always use Hokkien. You see, Hokkien gets the bad.
That's why the bad stereotype of Hokkien people being crude come from this movies.
Exactly.
Well, I shall show you. Can I show you another video that will make it even worse?
Sure. I must find Teochew movie to up the game.
Yeah, no, it's still not showing. Oh god.
Correct myself when I was talking about the Ang Mo thing. So apparently the Chinese and the English Wikipedia has a slight discrepancy. I'm looking at the English Wikipedia. It says that since the 16th century, they already have this word Ang Mo. So 16th century, that means like 1500s. Yeah. Which is interesting.
Anyway, I'm sure you all will recognize these two actors. Can you hear that?
Not yet.
No, not yet. Okay, sorry. Share sound. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
你臭歹囝哈！大声来使啊！你无洗目睭啊？喂，听好势吼，是你来弄我吼。哎，讲话咱差不多啊！臭歹囝啊！查某等大地，你头前个本甲弄落去啊！你是管叫大地，你是叫大神啊！大你去死啊！安那我大地弄你出来风水啊！啊！恁爸捌看着安尼分入去条路行？夭寿啊！讲我安尼分，你家己咧迄边啊！夭寿敢若风擦开个500几个坑啊！这500几个坑，大肥，你去卖只啊我？安怎你真歹啊！你是安那铁头到路会讲啊？我铁头联络所。 联络所去做什么？看电视机拍车咱拍篮球的呐。哎呀，你个输完了咯！你记得不？我是专门铁头打包的呀。啊！你记得打包？对，我惊你也是衰啦！你惊你吼，拄着恁祖嘛。
Anyway,
hit the little man hit the little man kill, hit the little man mouth cannot eat, hit the little man cannot sleep, hit. Go to coming for sleep. Hit. 哇！你讲阿毛，恁爸袂晓？会晓咩 ？English I don't know. UKLL。什么 UKLL？咖喱肉啊！
咖喱肉 is Teochew 啊。
Malay ni harus tahu. Malay 啊。
long way to go.
Oh.
马来货哈。
So they are just going to spoil in whatever language they know.
汉代的古么？垃圾汉代什么古么？汉代古么？汉代古么？汉代古么？汉代古么？汉代古么？当然了，讲还来，拍你的死人嘴，拍到你袂插嘴，拍你的死人嘴，拍到你烂龟嘴，拍你的死人嘴，拍到你袂头开，拍你厝内拢总爬袂起，还拢总渐渐困在面床底。阿弟嘞，你大袂查某，来，我要拍你一个人，你我规家靠你们拍，你们来使叫声，叫你们使叫声，
Teochew already.
丢家了，拍。 大肥查某，歹牙喙，歹痔疮，西网喙，歹斗啊电脑老血，歹袂流汗，啊袂放屁，歹袂喘气，歹鼻腔叫挑眉哦，歹放屁，袂放屁，袂放屁，歹生囝一摆生5解发到靠白靠无。
Hey, just I can forward you the link. It's not gonna bore you with another 2 minutes of this. It's just Hakka and Cantonese and Hainanese and whatever else next lah. Yeah, another difference would be Xia, which is something that I've heard as well. Xia as in sound, 声音. In Teochew would be?
Xia, is it? Same. It's also Xia.
Penang is Xia also.
I'm just wondering, is the word Betahan also used in Singapore or like in Taiwan or something?
It comes from Malay, you know, tahan. So
Yeah, it's Malay.
yeah, we use it as
Betahan is not used in Taiwan. They use different words. They say Dong Bui Tiao.
Dong Bui Tiao.
Okay. But Singapore,
Anyway,
use
I didn't catch you just now.
Yeah, Singapore we use Betahan.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
We also use Betong.
Betong.
Oh, Betong.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. But then
my mom uses like Dong Bui Tiao, Dong Yi Bui Tiao. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard of that as well.
Like a naughty kid, for example. Wow, what Dong Yi Bui Tiao, something like that. Like my mom will use that. Probably when we were younger.
Yeah.
But just wondering, like Taiwanese Mandarin is very different from like the Singaporean Mandarin and the Malaysian Mandarin, right? I heard they say something like Mao Xiong instead of like Xiong Mao or something.
Oh, exactly.
They terbalik the word, is it?
Yeah, they terbalik the word for panda.
Oh, I think it's a political thing.
I guess it might be.
Okay. Wow. Very interesting.
Hazel,
So yes.
I think I logged out again. I think just now the video showed like what's the word for sound?
The sound. Oh, what's the word for sound?
Xia. Xia, for example.
Right.
What is the word for sound in Teochew?
Same.
Really?
Xia. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Xia, bo
or
xia.
something. Okay, never mind.
No leh. It's also xia.
Okay.
Se is give birth, I think. Yeah. Se kia.
Oh yeah, se kia. But
yeah.
you can't. I don't think you can say se kia. You know, you must have the nasal sound there.
Ah.
Se kia.
Yeah.
Really?
I was asking. So that was actually thinking about it. That was the most recent word that I learned because I was asking my Chinese, my chicken rice stall, like the owner, where is the girl? Oh, East Kia. I'm like, never heard of that word before. Remember to ask my mom. Oh, yeah, 她生孩子.
Yeah,
she looked a bit old for that, but well,
anything is possible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
How do you say pregnant?
Makes a lot of sense. So we go for that.
We use the Malay word bunting.
Bunting.
Bunting. Bunting liao. That means she's with child. She's pregnant.
Yeah, Teochew is ukia, sekia.
Bokia.
Bokia. Yes, correct.
Yes. Anyway, y'all mentioned about Taiwanese Mandarin. I would say that they really lack a lot of the Malay loan words. Mandarin there isn't that many, but they will never use the word basa for a market.
Yeah,
they will always use
exactly.
It's nothing too different. There are always a few examples that they'll pluck out, like 垃圾 becoming 垃圾 or something. But honestly, it's really one of the sound-wise, as in they don't sound. You know that they're Taiwanese or at most from the Fujian region of China. So it is sound-wise one of the most similar to Singapore Malaysian. Yeah.
So
They wouldn't strike you honestly because they come on.
Joel is frozen.
I want to ask how to say banana in Teochew.
Same. King Jio.
King Jio.
Like whatever Timothy said, all the different Jio. But Bojo, right, in that short clip just now is just saying like he's not included. Like 没有 Bojo, right? Yeah.
Bojo is not included, not invited.
Yeah.
And of course, no bananas. So Bojo. And
just wondering, right? The word mata is also used in Singapore for police, is it? Mata.
Yes, mata.
Then pasar is just like ke pasar buaya, is it?
Pasar, ke pasar.
The market like ke pasar buaya.
Same.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I sent you all that link that this lady's Mandarin is basically very nice to listen to. She's from Taiwan. But honestly, she can just pass off as a Singaporean whose Mandarin is flawless. She can pass off as that easily, but you wouldn't like, you hear already, I think she's from Taiwan. Okay lah, she may use certain words here and there. Then again, my Chinese is nothing to shout about. This lady, very, very nice to listen to.
Okay, right.
Anyhow, any final questions? It's
yep, it's
100 minutes in already, 1 hour 40 minutes. I think at the end of the day, I think if you're a Teochew learner or Hokkien learner in Singapore, I think you'd be able to understand the other party pretty well. There are a few words that will definitely throw you off, especially when things get a bit more intense. But I think basically, by and large, geographically the same area, very similar roots as well, and yeah. Just know that if you want to stay purist, especially if you're speaking Teochew, know that Hokkien is much more spoken, and like everything that is in Teochew Hokkien has, but not everything in Hokkien Teochew has. So you just keep your N's and your T's out of your Teochew, you would be doing a very fine job as to keeping it rather pure.
Right. Yeah. Thanks a lot. Yeah, I think I learned a lot today as well, hearing from different Hokkien speakers.
Anyway, wheeling over to you, whatever you want to say.
So yeah, but I'm just wondering, like the word limbu is for mother, is it?
Say that again.
Limbu.
Limbu. Oh, Hokkien.
Oh, limbu. Oh.
Like the mother version of the limpia.
Limbu.
Also not a very nice term.
Never hear that in Penang.
Not a very nice term, but I've ever heard my aunt ever like refer to her own mother, meaning my grandmother, as bu lah, as in lao bu. It's not a bad term. It's not but not ling bu. That no. But
it's
like
same like lim pei lah, just a woman using it, right?
Yes.
As in she refers to her own mom as bu, as in so the bu portion of it isn't vulgar at all. It's just a term that is used, but not in its full form of limbu, which is I would say stay away from it unless you want to get spares.
Now I'm wondering aloud whether the Malay word ibu, meaning mother, has any relationship to that.
I don't think so.
No,
I would.
Nah. There are different language families.
Because in the vulgarity, which is pretty like set in stone, KPKB, bu is also there in the final word. So to change that, I would say that you can, I guess you could prove it, but as of now, I would say nah.
Yeah. Okay, so over to Wei Ling, is it?
Yeah. Okay. Hi. How do you all our learners find about this session?
Great, I think. Learned quite a bit actually from like the different comparisons.
Okay.
Very inspiring.
That's good. Which other dialects do you think you want to see us being, paired up with? I would actually say that Teochew and Hokkien, out of all the different dialects that we currently have, they are probably like the most similar. Yeah. I feel like if we introduce Teochew and Hainanese, it would be like, totally like different strain of like language family.
Sorry, Wei Ling. So I have to go now. Maybe I'll see you all next time.
Sure.
Thanks. Bye.
Thanks for coming. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, right.
Maybe
So
Hainanese and Hokkien are a bit closer, I feel.
Really? Okay.
I don't know.
I also don't know.
I think because when I hear my dad speak some words, like I can still understand a bit.
Oh, he's Hainanese.
Yes.
I see.
Because Hokkien, Teochew, and Hainanese would be in the Southern Min family. That's why there are similarities within them.
Right.
I have a question about Taiwan. Are they teaching the Hokkien language in school?
Of course they do, but I don't think it's really sufficient because they only do it once a week and it only lasts for 40 minutes. 40 minutes.
Wait, Sean, where are you? Which city are you in?
Taipei.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Taiping or Taipei?
So whose video is it?
I understand that the variant of Hokkien in Taipei is a little bit different from the variant in Kaohsiung. And so the variant in Taipei is more similar to the Hokkien in Singapore, whereas the one in Kaohsiung is closer to the one in Penang.
I don't think so. Actually, the Taipei Hokkien will be more similar to Jiangjiu, to Zhangzhou, and the Kaohsiung will be Zhuajiu.
But when they teach in school, they will have to teach a standard form of Hokkien across Taiwan.
This is quite ridiculous, I personally think. But actually, luckily, as far as I know, the Kinmen, they have their own textbook, but the teacher themselves have to be familiar with the Taipei variant or essence. So there's quite ridiculous part of this.
Okay.
Just wondering, the word Hokkai is meaning no money, right? Is it?
Hokkai is in Cantonese, but it's also the loan word in Hokkien.
Okay, because I heard it's swear in Cantonese, but in Hokkien and my side means no money. So it's like
actually the same meaning. Hokkai will literally means bankrupt or literally fall down on the floor.
Or fall on the street like that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But to Cantonese is more like to the falling side lah, not to the no money side like that.
They have both meaning. They are both of them. So it really depends how the people say it.
Okay.
Cantonese has a lot of swear words.
Oh yeah, there are lots.
Yeah, and funnily in Hong Kong, people think that Hokkien is a very elegant language. Yeah, they told me, like I should go listen to how the Fujianese and Hong Kong actually speaks. So I was like, oh, that's really surprising because Cantonese is seen as the more elegant and like fancy type, in Singapore and probably like Malaysia, I guess. Yeah.
There are some Hokkien community in Hong Kong, and I also know some Hokkien friend in Hong Kong, but one of them is from Jinjiang, but they speak very differently. I don't really understand.
Yeah. So maybe the geographical location affects maybe the tone, the way words are being pronounced. Because people told me that they think that Singaporeans, they speak with a very, they call it 斯文, very, quite elegant. I don't know what's the English word. I can't think of a translation now, but they're like
gentle.
Gentle.
Yeah, like very,
elegant.
very gentle, very delicate. And I was like, you sure? Like mainland Chinese, they told me like we speak Chinese like very, like in a very nice way.
Because a lot of times you have to think what's the word. Maybe.
Yeah. So maybe it's the way we grew up in, the culture, the population that shapes the way we pronounce words, the way we enunciate our words. Joel could probably elaborate more on this because that's what he studies at uni, but he's not here. So yes, okay. So I just want to wrap this up. Thanks so much for coming over, and thanks Hazel, Timothy, and Joel, who's not here, holding like this session. And I know Timothy as well is very active in trying to promote Penang Hokkien. You guys should also join his Facebook group, or check our app. If you want to learn more about Penang Hokkien, he's also running like some competitions. So maybe
I have a big competition running right now, but it's a very difficult competition. Even though it gives so many things away for prizes, but it's a very difficult competition to win. But you have to write a story in Penang Hokkien using our standard Romanized form.
Wow.
And there's a long list of prizes for the winners.
Okay.
Yeah. So you guys can throw in ideas on what we can do. Maybe you want competition like Timothy's, maybe you want another like dialogue session like that. So just get active on the app so that we can keep, doing like new stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. With that, let's wrap this up. Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Bye. Good night.
Good night, Dan. Good night.
Bye. Bye.